To all my American friends that did not understand shit about the political implications of Bad Bunny's performance, let me give you as a Latino a little political explainer. Because Bad Bunny did not directly address or confront Trump. He did not mention ICE either, as he had at the Grammys. But that was a political calculation, because when resistance flies under the radar, it becomes much harder to detect it, and therefore to censor it. And that is why Bad Bunny built his message symbol by symbol. To begin with, his show opened with this line.
Qué rico es el latino.
It's delicious being a Latino. A clear political statement in a context where being a Latino has become a suspicious category, where ICE can stop you on the street because of the color of your skin. Opening the show this way means reclaiming the emotional starting point. We Latinos are not ashamed. We are proud. Then comes the field in Puerto Rico filled with workers. And it wasn't just scenery or stage design. It was a direct reference to the hundreds of thousands of Latino and migrant workers who labor in the fields in the United States. The message is powerful because while political discourse criminalizes immigrants, the country is literally and materially sustained by their work. Then these little stands appear in the middle of the field, run by immigrant workers. Coconut stands, nail salons, construction workers, people sending piraguas, a taco stand, boxers from Puerto Rico and Mexico, and a stand that buys silver and gold. It is a showcase of the informal economy, of self-employment, of everyday work. It is a visual response to the dominant stereotype. Because faced with a narrative of immigrants as criminals, Bad Bunny offered a narrative of dignified work and productive lives. This is how millions of immigrants make a living in the United States. Then comes the gesture of kicking the door open. And this wasn't just a theatrical move. It was a direct reference to the way immigration rates enter homes. That is how power enters, with violence. And then Lady Gaga comes on stage and sings her song with salsa music. Because if you think about it, this wasn't any musical collab. It was a symbol of a society that it's already mixed. The message is direct. Integration in the United States has already happened. And it shows with Lady Gaga dancing salsa. Even if the official discourse tries to spread a racial image of the country that no longer exists. Because Latinos mingle with white people, and white people mingle with black people, and black people mingle with Latinos. That is the beauty of the United States. Then Bad Bunny delivers a direct message to a community that today lives with fear. In the context of massive immigration rates, detentions, and deportations, dancing and loving without fear becomes a minimal form of emotional disobedience. And from there, from dance itself, political resistance can also emerge. Then Ricky Martin bursts in with a key line. In a single sentence, the colonial history of the United States appears, the loss of Puerto Rico's sovereignty, and a warning that this possession is not an accident, it is a political process. Then Benito hands a Grammy to a child who is watching on television when Bad Bunny himself receives the actual Grammy. And this scene was brilliant, because in just 5 seconds, it captured the importance of ethnic representation. Can you imagine how many Latino children will dream today of performing at the Super Bowl only because Bad Bunny has already done it? And bear with me, because towards the end, he tells the entire stadium, God bless America! But not America as the United States. He starts to mention every single country in the American continent. Because yes, America is not a country, it is a continent. And in the meantime, the stadium screen shows this phrase: the only thing more powerful than hate is love. Bad Bunny ends on a high note, because instead of responding politically with hatred and friction, he responds with this, with love. And that is precisely why it is far more powerful. And finally, he holds up a football that reads, "Together we are America." And he screams the following: Seguimos aquí. We are still here. Not as a cry of victory, but as a cry of permanence and political resistance. So yes, like I said, Bad Bunny could have named Trump. He could have mentioned ICE. And that would surely have generated headlines, no doubt about it. But he chose something far more powerful: to rewrite, symbol by symbol, who Latinos are in the United States and what place they occupy in its social life. History shows that symbols do not change governments, but they can change common sense. And when common sense changes, power begins to lose ground long before any single law is changed. So yes, long live Benito.